Following portion of Daytime Tri-Cities is sponsored by ProCompounding Pharmacy. People with diabetes and those looking to lose weight have turned to semaglutide as part of their treatment, but there are questions about compounded semaglutide in an injectable form. And here to answer some of those questions is Jessica Patrone from ProCompounding Pharmacies. How you doing, Jessica?
I'm great. You doing okay?
What are the different types of compounded semaglutide?
So there are several different types, not just injectable, but semaglutide comes in other dosage forms. I'm going to back up here for just a quick second and give you a little bit of history about compounds. So compounding pharmacies can kind of be split into two different categories, what's commonly referred to as a 503A or a 503B. Now, a 503A is what pro-compounding is. So we compound prescriptions pursuant to a prescription for a specific patient. 503Bs are another compounding type of pharmacy. They're under the FDA, okay, and they create like bulk compounds, okay, so they're there for drug shortages. So semaglutide is a great example of that, where there's been a huge demand for this product and supply just can't be kept up with. So a lot of pharmacies have come in to compound semaglutide in one way, shape, or another. So that might look like semaglutide in combination with other medications. It might be different dosage forms, different dosages in general, and it could look very much like a commercially available product because of the issue of the drug shortage.
Right. What are some of the differences? And you mentioned there, it could be compounded with other medications. What are some of the differences in the different compounds of semaglutide?
So again, going back to different dosages, so some people need a very specific dosage, and that could be related to side effects or efficacy. Some patients need other medications in combination with semaglutide, for instance, naltrexone, B vitamins. There's various different formulations that can give an added benefit, depending on the condition in which they're treating.
Now, what's the difference between compounded semaglutide and like name brands? I think Rybelsus, Ozempic, things of that nature. Yeah,
so there is a lot of criticism right now, kind of just in out there, whether it be on TV or social media or whatever it is, about compounded versions of semaglutide. And I don't want people to be fearful of that, because they are not FDA approved products, okay? So your commercially available products like Ozempic, Wegovy, Rybelsus, those are commercially available, FDA approved, okay? When you go through an FDA approval process, that is to show efficacy and safety. So compounds in general are not FDA approved, but compounds are exempt from being FDA approved. So that is an FDA rule. So the FDA kind of lays out, if you follow all of these rules and this regulation, and it is a heavily regulated industry, then you do not have to go through an FDA approval process. So I want people to understand that there's compounding pharmacies out there that yes, they're making this, no, it's not FDA approved, but those pharmacies are doing testing. Like they're doing that stuff in-house. Like I know at ProCompounding, we're actually doing pharmacokinetic studies on semaglutide in a different dosage form than what's commercially available. So that's a huge investment on our part, but it's to make sure that we're getting good blood levels, that the product that we're making has adequate potency. So, just because something is compounded and not commercially available, I just don't want people to be fearful of that and have a better understanding of really what that means.
And if they have questions, you would love to hear from them.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. If anybody has questions, I'd rather they ask them than try to figure it out on their own.
Absolutely. We're going to give everybody some information about ProCompounding Pharmacy right here. They're located. If you've got questions about semaglutide or any compounded drug, please call ProCompounding Pharmacy. They're located right here on State of Franklin Road in Johnson City. They would love to hear from you at that number or the website right there on the screen. The preceding portion of Daytime Tri-Cities was sponsored by ProCompounding Pharmacy.